WannaCry was very successful, used SMB vulnerability to spread. It went from machine to machine to machine. The vulnerability was patched by Microsoft for supported versions of Windows, meaning XP was not part of that. And a lot of companies at that time actually still had Windows XP. Eternal Blue was part of the NSA toolset. And we knew that new things were coming after what happened with WannaCry. So here was the note. And if you've looked at ransomware, especially ransomware 2.0, they've just plagiarized this. I think this is what Tesla Crypt looked like, or one of the major variances. They didn't do anything original here. Here's what was happening. Hey, you've been encrypted. This is what's going on. So here's the good of what happened with WannaCry. They had more than 230,000 victims, more than 150 countries. It spread worldwide like SQL Slammer did. It had multiple payloads. So we also, we had the Eternal Blue. It also had backdoors with double pulsar. So that's why anytime you're impacted by ransomware, the suggestion is always to change all your passwords, because not only did it encrypt the device, it also would save cache credentials and take those and use them at a later time if they want to, log in, via VPN or something like that. Here's where it really got complicated. It actually reset the permissions on files. So not only did it encrypt them, it reset the permissions. So even if you did decrypt the files, all of your NTFS permissions and your share permissions are going to be mucked up. And so that's what really caused a lot of issues. The bad part about WannaCry was they only made $80,000 in revenue. You have something this destructive and this powerful, and you only make $80,000 in revenue. The payment system was not ready, meaning no one could even pay the ransom when they wanted to. It was very difficult to do. That variant was very premature. It was not ready for production because it didn't always destroy volume shadow copies. There were decryptors that were available in days. It only worked on Windows 7 devices, and Windows 10 was almost out at that point, and it was just interesting that it only focused on Windows 7. It had a kill switch in which the command and control was built into the binary that was getting its instructions from, and this researcher, or this geek, figured out, hey, they're all reaching out to the same, DNS name. Let's just kill that. And when that happened, it dissolved and it just died. He was later arrested for hacking somebody else, but I guess that's a different story. Antivirus vendors were already blocking it, which means, the whole success factor in ransomware is you have to get by the EDR platforms or the advanced malware or whatever that is. The Symantec was even blocking it. I'm not throwing shade on Symantec, but if Symantec's already blocking something, it's probably not going to be very effective. And then someone broke the rule. They broke the rule because ransomware is to generate revenue, not havoc. So this is the infection map, which I found to be interesting. If you'll notice, there are certain areas that aren't being touched and certain areas that were being hit pretty hard.